Hey guys, welcome back to another Dynasty episode. Georgia State having fun. We have Coastal Carolina today. And then I believe we go on the road again. And we will go at Appalachia State. So two big games, especially this one against Coastal Carolina. We'll preview them in a second, but we gotta talk about some recruiting. We got a man coming in here. It is gonna be quarterback, two-star quarterback, dual threat. Harvey Alba from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, is coming to see us play against Coastal Carolina. We didn't have a bunch of points to scout everyone, but I liked some of his deep accuracy. I wanted to do some speed. I was fine with his throw power being there, and I feel like this would be a good quarterback to bring in. I don't know if he'll play as a true freshman, but if he comes in, he'll at least be a red shirt to play 1 year for us for that. The only other thing to kind of report for scouting, we have Kansas going for Odongo here, and then nothing coming around from there. We did have Charlotte trying to make a move on Alba. Hopefully we wrap this up by the end of the season. Otherwise, we're pretty much good the rest of the way. I did put a offer to Adrian DeMarco here, blocking tight end, and I think he could be a great, well, it's gritty possession, but he doesn't have a lot of speed, but as a blocking tight end, he could be really good. Being also our second, or actually we don't have a fullback, so being our fullback as we go through the seasons. But otherwise, that is how we're going right now. 3 stars are a little bit hard to recruit, so I'm hoping we get something a little bit better. Remember, the update patch for the recruiting won't be here yet, so it's something that we have to do. I'm gonna give Butler the game off on this one. There's no risk of injury for Brown, so I'm going to keep him in there. One thing that's weird, and I think EA needs to change this, that season and career health will actually affect their draft grade, which is kind of weird at that. So it's extremely weird at times. So the guys that are actually more durable will be able to handle it, but I think this is what we need to do. And we have decreased composure from Butler, but as a true freshman, we need to make sure that his season and career health is good. So we need to worry about that. Our sliders for wear and tear are a work in progress, but we'll see how that goes. Now, Coastal Carolina, let's look at their stats. But first, top 25. Any shockers? I know I glanced at this at the end of last episode, but we really didn't talk about it. Tennessee there at 6-2 at 17. Louisville at 5-2 at 16. A lot of 5-2 teams up in here. And in Michigan State at 7-1 is 19. That is an interesting bit, especially since a 7-1 record. I mean, the first 2 lost team comes in Ole Miss at 10. And then you have Texas A&M. I think Michigan State's being shafted on this one. And then nice to see Baylor out here 6-1. So that's a nice thing. The conference standings right now, this is why this game is important. Appalachian State, the second game, is a big one against this. If we win that game, we should propel ourselves up above in head-to-head against Appalachian State. And then our first game today, Coastal Carolina. This is a game we need to win. They're 3-4. If we can win that, it kind of helps us for that. Arkansas State was crazy in that game. We just could not pull out that win, probably because of some mistakes on my part. But at the end of the day, they're leading the West right now. So let's look at the stats, and we'll see what we have going on for Coastal Carolina. Just Coastal Carolina, their quarterback, Roquan Barber, a sophomore red shirt, the workhorse trait right there. His accuracy is not the greatest. Good throw on the run, decent throw fire for a 73 overall. He's a pure runner, so we're gonna have to worry about him scrambling outside the pocket with a lot of this. He's just over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So decent there. We'll have to see what his rushing is. Yeah, his rushing is a $151. It's 3 rushes for over 30 yards. So yeah, we're gonna have to lock down this. We've struggled at times against that. At halfback, looks like we're gonna have a 1-2 here between Dominic Nicely and Javon Edwards. Still pretty close in overall, only difference by 2. But Nicely out here is the bell cow, being the sophomore. And he has 600 and, well, they're both true sophomores, but Nicely out here with the acceleration. The speed is just better. Carrying that not better, but his break tackle, and Nicely out here with 620 yards, 2 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns for Edwards, so maybe this is more of a goal line 3rd down portion. In the receiving, it's going to be Tristan Gardner, but he is out. I wish there was a slide to tell me, like, the post-practice report. I wish it would tell me, like, where it says wear and tear. If there was an injury, it would have an injury label and tell me what his injury is. It doesn't have to tell me, like, how long the injury lasts, but it could just tell me what the injury is. But yeah, he's going to be injured. He's their best receiver, so he is going to be out. Speeds are 6'2" with that. We're likely going to be highlighted by the looks of Robbie Washington out here. It's an 80 overall, their best receiver. Looks like 252 in the air, 2 touchdowns. Kapak out here, decent. I mean, at the end of the day, we might be able to do some stuff on the edge. A lot of tackles from this defense. Only a lot of TFLs by Wozlak on the left side. Pretty good player too, an 80 overall, and he is their best sack merchant, and Pickney in the secondary is their good secondary player. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think we need to bottle up this offense and just perform on offense as well. Our first game today, going up against Coastal Carolina. We're 2-1 in the conference. They're 1-2. This is a big game for the conference. These teams like this that are going to be down towards the bottom of the conference, we have to win these games. So here we go. We're going to get the ball first. Going to kick off for us as Murray's going to take this at about the 1. Going to take this up and taken down at the 18. Not the greatest. We probably could allow it to go in the end zone, but what was not great last week was Cameron Brown with 2 interceptions. We have to get this offense in check and be efficient. So handoff here to Butler, and he's going to be the big main focus of keeping this efficient. Just show out of the pistol. Handoff to Butler, again breaking a tackle and only a small gain. Showing a screen. We're not going to get the screen, but we're also not going to get a lot, and we're down to already a 3rd and 5. Looking here at the shotgun, dropping back. Pressure's picked up and caught. Riles breaks a tackle to the 40, trying to bust out towards the sideline, but he's down at the 43. Good first down there, and a good contested catch. Play actions there, waiting for the running back out of the backfield, but Butler not able to get through traffic. Brown here under pressure, moves downfield, avoids 1 tackle, and down the side on the 40, the 35, and down close to the 30 with a good run for Brown. Play action. Butler dropping back, and to give it to Butler. Actually, that's Brown dropping back and gives it off to Butler out of the backfield. Poe checks in the backfield for this bunch set. We tried to do this, but great. Just not penetration on the outside to get that space out there on that little RPO. And then we throw another RPO, and it's not even caught. So we're gonna kick a field goal here. We're feeling pretty good with the distance, but we're kind of getting towards the end of that. We need to have more leg and probably our kickers. I think we've probably gotten lucky that we haven't had to kick a few long kicks. So Robbie Washington, the focus here for this Coastal Carolina offense. Quick throw to the left side. That's a good gain of 5. Going to his tight end. Going to be a handoff here nicely. Break to the 35, 40, 45 down at the 47. So Roquan Barber is the quarterback here. He's going to pass it off. And there's Washington breaking a tackle and down near the 41. Little look downfield. Barber is going to take this out. And we are going to be playing a lot with a QB spy. And it works out there with an incomplete quick throw. I think that's nicely and a lot of traffic there. That makes a 3rd and 4. A 2 tight end set, both flanking the line. Play action, looking, rolling, and there is the QB spy again, there to take him down. And there'll be a field goal attempt here by Coastal Carolina. It's up, and it's drifting left and missed. So we still keep this 3-point lead. Out of the shotgun, Brown, handoff to Butler up the middle. All he really needed was one more block, and we could have did something with that. Out of the shotgun again. This time it's going to be on the outside. And Avery Jr. with a couple of good moves. Working in to Coastal Carolina territory. Play action. And pressures there immediately. Not great there by the right tackle. We need a little bit more help. And, yeah, I didn't realize what this play is. Unfortunately. So it's a 3rd and 18. Dropping back. Looking as the man deep. We have him there. It's Riles near the sticks, and he's gonna convert. Gonna be a give up the middle for Butler, and that's a good gain of 7. I think next year when we go into, we might do a little our own playbook with a little bit of mix of air raid and some of these screens. I really like some of these screens we're kind of going through, but I think I want to do a bit more downfield passing, depending on what receivers we have next year. Here we go from the 14 underneath to Burn. Burn's gonna find his way inside the 5. It'll be a 1st and goal from the 3, and it'll be the end of the 1st quarter. Pretty good drive right now, but goal line we've had an issue, but Butler's not had an issue. 7 carries for 30 yards right now. We're just trying to get him going, and well, you don't get him going by not hitting the hole clean. So here we're showing another screen, and this is a big one out there. Hollier with a tight end screen, and that's it's worked a couple times, and it's worked this time. Great touchdown here, and we have the invisible man. Okay, invisible man, you can't cover him. All right, you can't cover him. That's why he keeps on scoring touchdowns and getting passes. All right, the invisible man plays for Georgia State. Here's a quick throw on a screen, and we are on that very, very quickly. Dropping back here on the outside, and that is not going to be nothing but a 3rd and 2. And it's a give up the middle, and that's a great spin move. What a play by Dominic Nicely, working the Panthers territory. Dropping back, looking. Barber's going to get out of this one, go for the sticks, and he is going to be taken down just short of it, making an easy 2nd and inches. 2 tight ends out there, looking, rolling on the right side, trying to get the edge. He has it, and he has it to the 30. 2 tight ends on the right side, and 13 personnel going up there, and that is a good run again by Nicely, and he is doing great. So I'm dumb. There's 2 tight ends. That's 12 personnel, not 13. 13 is 3 tight ends. Duh. Okay, it is 12 personnel out here out of the shotgun. Dropping back, looking, rolling, quick throw on the outside, and that will make it a 3rd and 1. Out of the pistol. Gonna be a give to the receiver, and he breaks the tackle. What an end around, and he's out here doing the fly. And this hurts. Kapak, he looked like a good receiver, but Clayton Kapak is out here doing absolute work. And wow, that hurts. We had an attempt at a goal line, at least attempt, and we could have stalled them there for a field goal, but they cut it to a 7-10, and we are just in panic mode throwing that one away. 3rd and 9. Brown dropping back. Time looking. Gonna try to get out. A fumble is there. It's gonna be recovered. We need to get rid of the football quicker. And now punting for our own end zone here. Good field position, but how good will it be for Coastal Carolina? Deep at the 30, near the 25, and now it'll be for the 27 of the Panthers. What a great field position here for them to score. Play action, looking. Pocket is falling apart, and he's going to throw it over the head of his receiver. I think that's probably an intentional grounding, but they're not going to call it. Quick throw to a screen on the outside. He has some room, making a move at the 10 and knocked down at the 8. A 1st and goal here. Quick throw left side. It's Kapik out there, and he is finally taken down this one. 2nd and goal. Can we keep this to a tie ball game? Looking, pressure in his face, hit as he throws and dropped. Kapik drops that one from Bryans, and now a 3rd and goal. Can we stand strong? Kapik in motion on the right side, looking, pressure in his face, trying to set up a screen maybe, and they only tie the ball game. Brown dropping back, looking, gonna have to rush for this one. No one downfield, takes a hit, puts the ball on the ground, and luckily he is able to pick up the ball. From the shotgun to 29, dropping back. As time, finds his man Butler out of the backfield, but has to come back for it, and he loses a couple of yards based on having to come back. Dropping back, quick throw underneath. Burn shifts off a tackle there and down near the 50 at the 47. Shotgun here, gonna give it to Butler, and he's bottled up by this defense, just not able to get through this line on the right side. Dropping back here, looking, gonna go short, little high for Washington, has to jump, but that makes it a 3rd and 2. A lot in the box right now. They stack it with 8, and on the back side, Bryant's taken down, but it'll be a 1st down. Looking back here, we're out of the hurry up. I have no idea what happened to that play, so we're gonna rush that, and we'll get a gain and take a timeout. 2nd and 2, dropping back, looking, has time, going across the field, and the deep crosser is just missed by Brown. 2nd or 3rd and 2. We're gonna go underneath to move the sticks, and we are in the hurry up in the backfield here, out of the shotgun. Right end left side, and Butler up the middle. It's really a little tired out here, but we are in the hurry up. We allow that to click down. Brown looking, going over the middle. He has a man, but it's just over. He had a step, and it was there. 3rd and 7, going again. Pressure in his face, and this one he had a man wide open and coming across again, and it's thrown behind him, and we only get a field goal out of this. And so they're going to give it to Nicely for this last play of the 1st half. I mean, it could be a 20-10 game. We just need more accurate throw over the middle, and it's just not there with the accuracy from Brown. But he is just there all day long. A shocker here around the country. Florida beating number 6 Georgia 45-14. And then Rutgers beating Michigan. Arkansas beating Missouri. Texas Tech is winning over Arizona. So there are some wild games going on right now. Some wild games. But in our game here, we are dominating on offense in the passing game. And the rushing yards haven't been the greatest. But at the end of the day, it's all about points. And we're only up by 3. And Coastal Carolina has the ball to start the half. Starting with Nicely there with a run of 3. Dropping back, looking. We send 5 in easy protection, but great coverage by Maxey. Kapik in motion on the right side. Looking, going over the middle, and finds his man in a space under the zone for the 1st down. 12 personnel with 2 tight ends on the right side. They're going to throw it to the left side. Kapik there, and we have a sea of blue jerseys rallying to that football. Second and 8, tight end left side. They're going to throw it again on the right, but this time good move on the outside, and that is a good first down near midfield. After a false start, they're going to give it up the middle, and wow, a gain of 14. Second and inches. Dropping back, looking. It's going to be a delayed handoff, and nicely is there easy to the 33. Looking here out of the shotgun, nicely left side, motioning to the receiver to move across. It's going to be given to him, and that is nowhere to go. We trapped that edge really easily. 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and we bottled that up the middle. Third and 8, another 12 personnel. We're going to blitz. We got pressure there, and it hits home. What a sack there. And that is great. What a good, well-timed blitz there. And we have done a great job. Kobe Owens with the sack. What a good play from middle linebacker position. So a handoff here to Butler up the middle, has a block into the secondary and taken down. It looks like the safety in one of the corners with a good gain. Play action, looking. Gonna give it off to him again, this time out of the backfield and scampering near the sticks for a 2nd and 2. Looking here out of the shotgun. Going to be a play action, moving away from cover. And great play. I mean, the coverage is there. Great cover by the line to get their blocks and a good pancake, and we're able to get that, but hey, not great blocks on that run. So we're a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde. A was wide open, but here we have a Y, and what a grab by Riles. What a great play by Brown, rolling to his right, finding room downfield, has a man in his face, and just there it is. He puts it in the only spot he can get it, and that is a great play and a first down. Brown, play action, looking, only really play, and wow, Burren had an edge there, and that is a first down. From the 9, 1st and goal, handoff, and that hole is not there. 2nd and goal here, dropping back, looking, rolling around, has some in front of him. He's going to go for it. Oh, and it's going to be a rushing touchdown by Brown. Protect the football. That is the name of the game here for Georgia State to win this, is protect the football. And Brown doing a pretty good job of that today, despite a couple of fumbles, but it's okay. Quick throw on the right side of the screen, and nowhere to go. That is collapsed upon very quickly. Well, personnel out here, and a play action off the backside, and there it is. It's going to be Nelson coming in for the slot blitz, dropping back 3rd and 18, going over the middle. What a touch pass by Bryant to get the first down. What a great play. A delayed handoff here to Nicely, and we are there on top of it. 12 personnel again out of the pistol. Looking here, play action. Max protect. Moving around. Bryant. It's all in his face. But here we go. 3rd and 8. Dropping back. We send an extra in the linebacker court. What a grab! What a one-handed grab by Kapik. Wow, we got to take a look at that. He throws it, and what a one-handed grab for... Wow. What a grab and a first down. I am in shambles over how great that is. I wish we had that on this team. We'll get there someday. As Nicely is talking about running this football for $1.08 already off 20 carries. Gonna be passed quickly underneath this zone, and Bryant with a little bit of a hurry up. Dropping back. He's going to run this one. Has a block here, but he's going to dive instead. And that's still a 1st and 10. Dropping back. Man coverage downfield. Going over the middle. What a play. What a play. Going to be off the screen. We blitz out there in the flat, but Kapik is all by himself. And that is just Unfortunately, we just don't have the great play, but here we get some pressure, and that's the third sack of the game for us. Make it a 2nd and 19. Looking here, gonna give out to Nicely on the outside. He's gonna break a tackle. Nicely, one man to breathe. He's gonna have a block and breaks that tackle too. We had a 3rd and long, or a 2nd and long. We had it, and we give up another big play by Coastal Carolina. Kapik was out here breaking a tackle on 3rd and goal, and we could have stopped them on 2nd and goal here. Nicely. That's crazy. But we're still up by 3. We need to run the football here. Butler up the middle, and that is a gain of 5. Moving around this line, we're going to hand it off, and Butler gets stuck, and Butler only gets 2. 3rd and 4. Dropping back, looking. As time looking around, tries to evade the rush. It's at first picked up, but just gets there, just the numbers. And Nicely now on the outside for the first play. Big spin move until Nelson brings him down at the 45. Out of the shotgun. 12 personnel looking here. Taken down from behind, and that's the 4th sack of the day. 2nd and 15. Can we hold him this time? Play action. Going over the middle. What a throw to Kapik by Bryant. In the middle of the zone, just finding space. And now a quick throw underneath, and we are there to dislodge that. We got trips left on the line. Looking, quick throw on the right side, and what a grab. Then I'll make it a 3rd and 5. Tight end on the right side. We send one more, and they just throw right behind that blitz. And Kapik breaks a tackle. And Coastal Carolina is looking like they are unstoppable. Hand off to Nicely. Nicely in there, and that is a big stop, 2nd and inches. Gonna be a handoff. No, Bryant's gonna keep it. Bryant has himself a block. That is a struggle. That is a struggle, but we have a time. This is our time. Handoff, and that's not going anywhere from the back. Sending back, looking. Out of the shotgun. Pressure immediately in his face. We're going to give out to Washington break. Makes a man miss, making another move, and gets stuck on Hollier, but does get it down to the 46. Giving it off up the middle, and that is a good run stop. We thought we could take him by surprise. Play action, looking, going, has to throw it quickly out of that with that pressure on the left side. Dropping back, looking, has time, gonna rush for this one, gonna have enough and get hit. We don't like the hit, but that's a 1st down. Clock is still ticking. Dropping back, looking, no one downfield is open, and we just step out of bounds. That makes the 3rd and 18. That is not a smart play. Dropping back, looking. We could have went to B. B would have had some move downfield, but it's just not there. 3rd and 17. We roll away. Good blocking. Looking. Y is wide open there. We should have thrown it. But now it's 3rd and 8. Dropping back. Pressure's not there. We're going to roll it off on the right side. We have the speed of the 40 to the 30. And we get down inside the 20. We're going to take our first timeout. Dropping back. Looking. Going over the middle, and not a great throw. Washington has to stutter step to pick that one up. Dropping back. Looking. Going over the middle, and that is Avery. Avery staying on his feet. We're going to take a timeout. Last play of the game. Dropping back. Brown. It's not there. We try to force it. Last play here. Looking. What great zone. Maybe right bump. We're trying to just buy time. And I should have just went back through. That throw is just horrible. Not a great time. We could have won this game. It's three things. Nicely is your player of the game. 13 rushes for a $148 and 1 tackle, but we tackle both of their touchdowns. They don't score. The pass over the middle before the half, it needs to be there, and then we get that touchdown at the end. I mean, that's a 21-point swing there. A bit unfortunate, but yeah, this is disappointing. Well. We gave up 14 points in the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, we had an opportunity to win this game, and we just could not win it at that final drive. But also, we had an opportunity to keep them out of the end zone. They broke a couple of good tackles. I mean, Coastal Carolina, just like any other football game, it really comes down to a handful of plays. And those handful of plays were first downs and some touchdowns for them. So, unfortunately, a lot of those plays came in the fourth quarter for them to win this. But I thought we played decently everywhere else besides the passing game was a little sloppy, especially that last play. Just trying to extend it, looking good zone coverage, and there was nowhere to go with the football with that. So we'll start with us, 19-29, 212, and a touchdown. I mean, that's not great. The rushing was better for Brown. Butler got a little banged up in this game, but they were playing pretty good, and they were bottling us up a lot in the run game. And so, unfortunately, it wasn't the easiest thing to do. Receiving, we need to get some speed in this receiving core. That is going to be the biggest thing this season, is speed. Collier did have a touchdown, but we need something better. We also had a couple of throws towards the end zone before the half ended. Both times the guy's wide open. I think it was Riles. We overthrew him one time, and the other time we underthrew him. So it's unfortunate. Give up a couple sacks there. Defensively, I thought this was a much better game. I did turn down the sliders when it came to offsides. It was a lot better. I changed them down by I think 10. So it's pretty good. Sacks, good in that. No interceptions. I mean, at the end of the day, we just have to play better with this. They went 21 of 29 for Barber, just under 200 yards and a touchdown. Rushing, $148 for Nicely. We had it bottled up the first half, and then defense got tired, good blocking, and it just fell apart in the run defense. Receiving, 113 by Clayton Kapak. Kapak with that catch, the one-handed grab was insane. He does have a touchdown in this one. Blocking, we got some pressure, we got some sacks. I felt like this team was just very solid, especially on that left edge with the tackles for loss and the sacks. So I think it just comes down to us having to win on that final drive. So unfortunately with that loss, it's not out of contention here. And I don't think we can lose it under that 25%. I would like that 20 NIL. When it comes to the conference, it may not be possible depending on if Appalachian State wins this week or if they do drop one, but that is a game that we should have taken. It's a bit tad unfortunate. Let's see how this recruiting at the end of the week ends up going. Get a couple guys in some top 5 schools, which is good because that narrows it down for us. And unfortunately, that visit is one that was probably not the best it could be, but it kind of is what it is on that one. But at least Pettigrew looks like that. We're starting to see Houston get involved with LeBau. That might be something that we have to increase, and we're starting to see some movement from Kansas on that one. So let's see how that one was with that visit. Whoops. I mean, the revisit didn't get anything. That hurts. Appalachian State. Here's Appalachian State. Malachi Singleton, the junior red shirt. Has some good deep accuracy. He's a pocket passer, so we can put a little bit more pressure. 2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's good for Appalachian State. Lewis, the running back, Jakari Lewis, sophomore, true sophomore, 729 yards, 6 touchdowns. Robert is a senior coming in as an east-west playmaker. Both of them are 6 touchdowns, 358. Like Burnett's coming as a contact seeker at the goal line. He's got 4. So this is a good offense, at least at our level. We got 3 receivers over 500 yards. Alex Sanchez, 87 speed. We have a tight end with 76 speed, has 500 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Ibaka here, I mean, 509, 3 touchdowns. I mean, these are all seniors besides Sanchez, who was the sophomore. And then the most touchdowns, though, is by Desmond James, who is out. This is likely probably their slot with their speedster and their gadget guy with 95 speed. I'm glad we don't have to deal with that speed out here. In the blocking, we could probably get some pressure off the left tackle. We'll see if we can do that. Here we go. One of the biggest games of the season, taking on the Appalachian State Mountaineers. They are currently at the head of our side of the conference, and it is a big competition that we have going on. We are technically out of the playoffs at this point. We need a lot of help. We need a lot of help to be able to win this conference on our side. We're the underdogs, and even if we win this, we need probably a next episode, Appalachian State to lose 2 to 3 games for us to get over on top, which is very difficult, but we're not out of it. So here we go out of the kickoff. We're going to receive this one. Murray at about 3 yards deep. He's going to take it up the middle, and he will get down to the 22. Out will come leading this offense, Xavier Butler, 4 rushing touchdowns, just shy of 500 yards. We're hoping to see him at about 700 yards this season. He's a true freshman. Here going up for a gain of 9. Out of the shotgun here, tight ends to the left and the receivers stacked to the left. Good brush off a tackle there at the line of scrimmage with that arm tackle. It'll be a first down. Brown faking the pitch, dropping back, looking. Hits his man there, Riles, a little bit low on that past the knees. It'll be a first down. Give here to Butler, and this is not going anywhere against this defense. On 2nd and 9, good pancake by the left guard. Well, we don't move the chains, it'll be 3rd and inches. Here 12 personnel set, balanced, and Butler will get that first down. Trips left. Looking here, Poe checks in, dropping back. Poe's going to sit back. We're going to scramble. Brown getting deep into Mountaineer territory to the 31. Man in motion from right to left. Play action. Looking downfield. Has the man. He's going for it, but it just overthrows the slot receiver. Bunch set. Butler play action. Quick throw when it's off the top of the head of the tight end. Not a good look there. On 3rd and 10. Dropping back. Looking. Has time. He's going to go for the underneath route. We had maybe a step by Butler going out of the backfield. We could have taken a shot there, and if it's thrown over, it's there. But guess what's not over? That ball. We don't get 3 points out of it. The Mountaineers will start on the Panthers, or on their own 31, I should say. Great pancake. Maybe more could have been rushed there by the quarterback, but Singleton will not take it out. Going to be a play action, quick throw right side on the screen, and we get there quickly. Make it a 3rd and 4. 3 rushers set up on this one. We send 5, maybe 6, but it's an easy win there for Alex Sanchez out wide. Sending 3 again with an extra 4 to the linebacker. We cut that up, but we don't take the running back down. This man has been an absolute menace at this conference. And that man is Jakari Lewis. And he's going to get the ball again here, make a couple of moves, and he will get the first down. First and 10, just side Panther territory. Quick throw out on the left side. And we quickly get that off Singletary. Or Singleton, I should say. A play action looking in the flat. And we rally to that. And that will be a loss of 2. Third and along 12. Dropping back, looking. Singleton going deep for it all. And that is dropped. We're not really going for it all. Going for the first down in this drop. So next play here, we try to run it after the punt, and it doesn't go anywhere. When we pitch out to the receiver, we cut upfield, but not upfield enough. And it's a 3rd and 4. Dropping back, looking, blitz off the edge in the center from a delayed safety blitz, and that one does get home. And we punt it back to the Mountaineers. Going over the middle, and what a grab. We've had a lot of issues covering the middle of field this year, and Singleton is going to take us to town with that. But also, having issues taking down the running back could be crazy. Looks like another play action possibly to Lewis, and that is thrown over the left side and knocked down from his intended receiver. Lewis is going to cut us up if we do not get this together. And it's just not going to be a good time. But we've bottled him up so far right now. It's only 5 yards. He's going to go out in the flat. Looking. Lewis is going to get the ball here from Singleton. And that will make it a 4th down and a field goal attempt. It's up and just inside the upright and good. So again, the kicking sliders don't really affect the AI. It's quite funny. It only affects you. So here we go. Brown taking this one, moving around, looking, gonna scramble and dive forward for a gain of 4. Butler in the backfield, tight end on the left side, moving around. It's a run away from pressure, and we might have been able to do something and beat him on the side. But I'm gonna say they had an extra player on the field. If you want to rewind that, go look back. The mascot's in the middle. He's in the middle of the field. Either way, we're sacked in the middle of this defense. So we're not able to get a good punt here. Strung in there, Panthers 44. We get that. He throws it up, and that is an even better defensive play. Just getting in front. I'd like to see a catch there, but hey, the offense plays a little defense too. But here is on the outside, and Lewis is going to carve us up. We give him the edge there. On 3rd and inches. Up the middle, Lewis. Getting a 1st down. Look here. Going to give up the middle, and we corral Lewis easily with that one. 12 personnel. Tight end stacked on the right side. Play action. Looking deep. Going. We send a blitz there, and it is not going to stop this routes across the middle, because those deep in and out routes are just carving us apart. But here's Lewis up the middle. We get a good gang tackle. And it makes a 2nd and goal from the 2nd. From the 2, I should say. Not from the 2nd. But on 2nd and goal, we stop him on the 1. 3rd and goal. Goal line stand incoming. Can we get it? So receiver handoff. Then we do. So they're going to go for it on 4th down. Lewis in the backfield. Tight end right side. Receiver in motion. Going to be a handoff to the receiver, and he'll get in easily without being touched. Goal line stand was there. Just could not stand all the way. It's a bit unfortunate. So down 10-0 at this point. We need to produce some points. And we go up the middle for a gain of 4. Handoff here. Up the middle. Nowhere to go. We lose 1. 3rd and 7. Just like that. Trying to prevent a 3 and out. Dropping back. Looking. Pressure is there off the left guard, and that will make a throw down in the dirt. And well, this is not great. Starting their own 45 there. We do get a 3-yard loss and a quick throw, and we take him down. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. Can we stand strong here? Only rushing 3, sending everyone else back into coverage. He's going deep, and that's knocked away from the intended receiver. Good play in the secondary, as we keep at least that one down to a 10-0 game as we dump it off here. Not really a dump off, still a good gain of 7. We drop back, looking. Pressure off the edge, going up the middle, and luckily that wasn't picked off. The 3rd and 3. We should have went underneath to another receiver. But here we go. Looking. Gonna go over to Hollier, and he has to come back to the football. And we're gonna go for it on 4th and 4. We're down 10. We need to get something. We're gonna scramble for this one and get something to 35 to 40 and slide down at the 42. Clock is ticking to the end of the first half. Going to be a quick throw over on the right side of Washington to a screen, and that is only 4. Clock still ticking here. Dropping back, looking, pressure in his face. He's going to get the Hollier. Hollier working the Montaner territory to the 42. Clock is still ticking, and a good play action. Running away from some pressure. Trying to go for it deep, and luckily that wasn't picked off. Dropped by the lineman. And well, that's why you don't play linemen to catch footballs. But there's Washington short for a gain of 4. We allow this clock to keep ticking. We did have 3 timeouts, but we should have probably used them. As we strike Riles over the middle inside the 15, we're going to take that first timeout. Brown dropping back, looking. Going to go here over to Riles again. We're going to take our second timeout and get to the 6. And we punch this in. Brown dropping back, looking. Going over the middle. It's going to be caught, but dropped at the 1. It's a 3rd and 1. Can Brown put this in? Dropping back. Blitz is there. Looking for his man, and there's Hollier into the end zone, and a touchdown. What a great play. We get that one just on the line of scrimmage. Just at some good blocking. And then we put the ball out there for our tight end to make a play, catch it, and get by the defender. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. Texas not having a good time against Missouri, 28-10 in the second quarter. And then elsewhere, Ohio State beats Oregon and Georgia over Ole Miss. So we got a lot of ranked teams playing each other right now inside their divisions. And we're going to see a random and wild top 25 probably in next episode at the end of it. Here we go, coming back in. And it's going to be the Mountaineers ball first, as Lewis is there for a good gain of 9. Looked like he moved a lot more than 9 yards, but it's only 9. It's a quarterback keeper looking out wide, and that is going to be a first down off that screen. Going to be a handoff here, a little bit of a counter, and that will get them 4. Out of the shotgun, tight end left side. Going to be another counter, opposite side this time to the right. It'll be a 3rd and 6. With a 4 receiver set, running back in the backfield, going over the middle, and there it is again, man coverage, and nothing but space in the middle of the field for the first down. Dropping back after that play action, looking. Pressure is closing in, able to dump it off to Lewis, and Lewis will get them a couple. And a motion right side. Receiver quick throw out to him. Nice little step there to stay in bounds. That makes it 3rd and inches. 2 run backs in the backfield. Lewis will get this one. He has a block. Going to the 10. Trying to make a move, and we have a good open field tackle at the 10. 1st and goal. This time it's going to be a quarterback keeper going in the end zone after breaking a tackle of Nelson. And he is somersaulting in here as Singleton calls his own number on that one. Well, really, it's a designed quarterback run, and it's 17-7. Dropping back, Brown over the middle. Riles with a great jumping contested catch. They'll make it a 2nd and 2. Stacking the box here is this Mountaineer defense. We're going to get it off the Butler. We could have had a block and broke free, but not able to. On 3rd and 2, a little bit of delay, and we get the blocks and an easy first down on the right side. Out of the shotgun here, Brown dropping back, has time. Pressure finally gets there. He throws. That would have been thrown into double coverage. Maybe we could have thrown it deep to Avery, but it just wasn't there. Dropping back again. We throw it into double coverage. Just picked. The flag is thrown in the secondary, and this might go the distance. No, it's going to be saved by Brown. We'll have to see what that flag is. It was thrown in the area of the intended receiver, and it will be a pass interference. Remember, it's 15 yards in college. That's going to come down and back to a Panthers football. From the Mountaineer 46 starting this one. First and 10. Brown's going to scramble to this one, dive for it, and be a yard short. Second and inches here. Going to be given to Butler up the middle. Great penetration, but not able to counter that. Up the middle, Butler with that speed. Dropping back, looking. Murray out of the backfield, and we could have dumped it off to him and had some positive yards there, but the second 15 after the sack, looking. Going underneath and just missed it. Just missed it. Third and 15. Pressure in his face. We give to Hollier. Hollier there. It's 4 yards short, and we will kick it off for a field goal. As this was a great pass by Singleton over the middle, and they are just bullying us in the middle of this field. And damn. A play action here going out wide, breaking a tackle and taken down. Met the 44 of the Panthers, making it a second and inches. Dropping back, looking as the receiver come back in a little stick route, come back, and that's a first down. And we cannot just stall this Mountaineer offense. As this one makes a stutter step. What is a stutter step? Singleton is just cooking us in our secondary. Dropping back, quick throw left side on the in route, and that's only a gain of 2. Singleton looking to push this out of reach and keep on scoring. This can be out to Lewis. Has a couple of blocks, and no one's going to get near him. Nothing but space. And Lewis puts him up 24-10. Trying to get out of this hole here. It's going to be a very difficult time. And we only have 12 minutes to do it. Second and 8 with the play action. Looking. Going to go underneath to Washington, and he just cannot hold on to the football. Out of the shotgun, tight end left side. Dropping back, looking. Going to go over to Butler in the middle. Coming out with a little option route in the backfield, and that's going to be a first down. Going to be off the screen. The tight end screen, and Hollier will have it near the 50. They'll mark him a couple yards short. But we are carving through this defense like we've never done before. Brown going to run this one. Take a hit. Put the ball on the ground. And luckily, it's Butler who comes up with the fumble. And we do retain possession. Butler in the black field. Tight end left side. Weave out. Has a couple of blocks that just cannot be held. He could have been gone if those blocks held. And we weren't even supposed to go there. But we did get some positive yards out of it in a first down. Dropping back, Brown, quick throw. Underneath, I don't know how that's not picked. Hollier comes up with it in a first down. Brown, a handoff to Butler and stopped at the line of scrimmage. And a motion from right to left. Looking. Brown stepping up in the pocket. Going short to Washington. Maybe we could have got the first down there running it. But that makes it a 3rd and 5. Empty set. Looking back here, going over the middle, caught by Washington and inside the 10. They'll mark it a 1st and 10. It's inches for the first down from the goal line. But here we go. Give it to Butler. Butler has some space to tackle to the end zone. And we cut the lead down to 7 once again. We just need to get something going on defense and then tie the ball game. Then it's anyone's game from there. But first, we have to stop this offense led by Singleton, but also led by the blocks of Lewis out wide. What a great block. That's a first down. Gonna give it to Lewis. No, he's gonna pull it back under, go to his tight end, and that is a gain of 1 in the backfield. Gonna be a quarterback keeper. Singleton going outside, and we can't allow that to happen. That struggle. Quick throw on the option route on the slant. And they're working into Panthers territory. Lewis in the backfield. Hasn't had a touch this drive. But Singleton's on a roll. Going over the middle again. Man, coverage is just not going to work. And that makes it a 1st and 10 from the 15. We kind of jumped there in the middle, but it doesn't matter. Going quick throw on an under route for a gain of 4 on the right side. Lewis finally gets his first carry of this drive, and it goes for no gain. Tight end left side. Lewis in the backfield. He's going to stay in the block. Going deep here. He makes Well, not really deep, but it's a deep back route. It's jumped up for grabs, and he works back to the quarterback. I am shocked here. The offense, the Appalachian State's mixing in. Singleton had to carry that last one. It wasn't successful, but this one will be successful into the end zone. Defense. The issue is this is a 66 overall defense. And while our offense is rated as a 71, making us like a 68 or 69 overall, the defense is a struggle bus. So we hit the 2-minute warning. We're playing for pride, or 2-minute timeout, I should say. We hand it off to Butler, and that's going nowhere. 3rd and 3. Looking here, dropping back. Gonna roll out to the right side. You have a man. It's out to Avery, and he will have the first down, and we are working a no-huddle scheme. Dropping back, looking. We scrambled way too early on that one, and we just get out of the pocket and throw it away. 2nd and 10. Washington on the right side, moving right to left. Going back here. We're rolling away from pressure, and that will take us down after a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun. Looking, dropping back. As time, looking. We go to the tight end, and it's knocked away. And we're going to go for it here. Empty backfield set. Looking, going to the left side, and Dupree doesn't see a lot of the field, and he'll get a first down. Going with the speed up tempo, going over the middle, and that's Avery. It's thrown a little bit behind him. He has to stop instead of in stride. And the clock is still ticking. Going underneath again. McGee will have this one. We don't see a lot of McGee, and we're still in this quick offense. Dropping back, looking. We want to go over the middle. It's not there. We're going to scramble. Inside the 10, dive at the 9, and we'll take our first time out. Dropping back here, looking. Brown. Going to scramble off the left side. Throw off balance. Looking for his man. It's going to be Butler at the back of the end zone. That is a mismatch with a linebacker safety on Butler, and he makes a tippy toe grab to stay in bounds. Xavier Butler, what a play. It's off balance, rolling to his left. What a grab. But here we go. We can possibly tie it up here with an onside kick. It's up. It's actually not fielded. It's off the hands of one of our hands team. We had a chance. And yes, it would have been probably 2 plays to score, but this, you gotta catch this ball. I mean, you dive for it. It's so close. 2 Appalachian State players interfere with this, and it goes off your hands. And it looks like this is Butler. No, this is Sneed, 22. Wow. So they'll kneel this game down. I mean, again, this defense needs a lot of work. All the NIL I think spent on this team is on offense, and by all of it, I mean like only like 50 or 70. So not a lot. And we need anyone we bring in this defense. It's probably a 2-star or higher. And definitely a 3-star or higher is going to likely be true freshman starters at this point, but you gotta build somewhere. And the fact that Lewis has just burned us. We also had Singleton playing a lot over the middle with his passes killing us. I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to stop a passing game and hoping our run game is better, but it's just not working. Well, we missed the field goal at the start of the game. But that's not what, like, we almost pulled that out. You gotta recover that on the hands team, bro. You gotta recover that. Okay, yards is good. Rushes decently well. We got beat on offense, but we had shorter drives. We're 3 red zone TDs. We were able to keep them out once, but at the end of the day, you gotta win. All right, Singleton he went 30, he went 29 to 34. Jesus. It's because the secondary is just getting eaten up in the middle of the field. Only went for 230 though. Lewis had 78 on the ground, a little bit better in the rushing department, but we did give up 2 touchdowns. Or 3 touchdowns in the rushing department. Receiving, I gave up 1 receiving touchdown. Otherwise, Mbake was pretty much bottled up. No sacks today. I think we do need to fix our pass rush. TFL is pretty good for the defense. They had a lot of pressure at the beginning of the game, and we were able to fix that, but it kind of destroyed our first couple of drives at the least. 209 for Cameron Brown, 23 to 35, 2 touchdowns. Clean game for him. Glad to see him getting more TDs instead of more interceptions. Butler 60 yards before he got a little banged up, but able to get in for a touchdown. We had 1 fumble by Brown, but luckily Butler got it. In the receiving, I mean, it's a tight end. This is tight end U right now, where Hollier is the guy that has the mismatch against the linebackers, and he's the one doing great. Riles out of the slot has been great, but I mean, Washington's there with 91 speed, and he's just not getting the speed on the outside. So we're going to have to see what they can do if they get better in speed next season. We give up 3 sacks. On defense, it's not great in the TFL department. Not great in the sacks. Didn't have any interceptions. I think we just could have been better all the way along. On to the next week to see if we can get our first recruit in. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do next week, because I think we're going to have 3 games this next episode. It'll be a longer episode, and it's going to be a couple of things we have to do. Top 3 with these guys. We did not have anyone commit. Not even a verbal commit. Okay. We were at 40. I think if we win 1 more game, we'll have that NIL done, but bold hopeful is not happening this season. All right, let's look at this recruiting to see how close he actually is. So it goes into a different bar. I think, right? Who was the one that was really close? Okay, so it goes into open top 5, and then it'll go into top 3. And then when it goes into top 3, after that, you'll go into verbal, into commit. Okay, into a full commit. That's interesting. All right. So I think what I'm ultimately going to do is I'm going to go for Donko here and just hope that he's better. All right. So next episode is going to be a bit of a longer episode, like I was saying, because we have Georgia Southern, Marshall, and the Raging Cajuns. So I'm definitely going to be playing all 3 of these games, and then we'll see what happens at the end of the season. I don't think we're going to be able to do much when it comes to getting. Maybe we can. I mean, we have to win out, and I don't think we'll have. We'd be 6-6. We could still get into a bowl game, but even that, when we're looking at the conference standings, we would have to win out and hope that. I mean, Marshall, we jump over. Coastal Carolina would have us on head-to-head, and Georgia Southern's below us, so I think we just have to win 1 more game in the conference, and we should have the 25%, because that would be 25% on the dot. So that's going to be our biggest push. So next episode, we'll finish up the season. when we start with Georgia Southern and go from there. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Later.